why do I think Al-Albani appealed to the people? I think it's obvious that it is as if Al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala was removing himself from the picture and bringing in the Prophet directly to you. Now, obviously, that is not correct factually, but the illusion was there. And so when you feel that the Prophet is telling you directly, you must pray 8 rak'ah. When you feel the Prophet exactly how he prayed, he put his hand over here, put his hand there, he did this, he moved his finger this way. And you don't know that other opinions have the same level of evidences and they have the same sources, but they're just interpreting it differently. The assumption is the Prophet is directly my role model. You cut off all the middlemen, right?
Yeah,
and you don't even realize it's an assumption. You don't even realize there are actually other middlemen, but you don't even realize it. Now, I say this, astaghfirullah, Albani is not attempting to, astaghfirullah, be a deceiver. A'udhu billah, a'udhu billah. I say this loudly and clearly. I firmly believe one of the causes for Shaykh Al-Albani's acceptance was his sincerity. I say this at a spiritual level, that Allah does not bless the da'wah of people who are not sincere. And so I do not ever question the sincerity of him or any of my teachers. Shaykh Al-Albani, I have no doubt, inshallah, that one of the causes of his success was that he genuinely believed that he was following the prophetic model and reviving the love of the Prophet's sunnah. So these two things. Number one, the simplistic assumption that the Prophet is speaking to you directly. And so there's an empowerment and an attachment. And number two, the fact that he is so convinced of his own ideology. He was sincere. And sincerity generates sincerity. Sincerity brings about sincerity. So when he's so passionate and sincere, and you have listened to his Silsilat al-Huda wa Noor much more than I have. I used to listen to that day and night in the 90s. That's what I did. That was my world. Getting all those cassettes. I actually had the cassettes. There was no MP3. Wow. This is a third cause of his success, by the way, the utilization of modern technology, which at the time was cassette player. And, people would, ship them. There was a particular, Salafi Albani follower in Houston. We would get cassettes from him and he would mass distribute them and sell them for $2, $3, like relatively cheap, almost cost price, because they want to be effective da'wah. So the utilization of modern technology. May I add a fourth one, and that is the eloquence of his speech and the style of his delivery. Anybody who listens to Shaykh Al-Albani cannot help but be captivated by his usage of, the way that he spoke Fusha and the passion with which he spoke with. I think that was definitely, every successful leader has to be a passionate and eloquent speaker.